Hi there, and welcome to Understanding the Bible from the Arnot Gospel Hall. Our miracle today is the story of blind Bartimaeus. Let me read it to you. And they came to Jericho, and as he was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a great crowd, Bartimaeus, a blind beggar, the son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside. And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, "Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me." And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he cried out all the more, "Son of David, have mercy on me." And Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." And they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take heart, get up, he is calling you." And throwing off his cloak, he sprang up and came to Jesus. And Jesus said to him, "What do you want me to do for you?" And the blind man said to him, "Rabbi, let me recover my sight." And Jesus said to him, "Go your way, your faith has made you well." And immediately he recovered his sight and followed him on the way. The stories of Jesus and the things that he had done had obviously caused a stir in the region that even a blind beggar sitting by the roadside had heard enough to know that this man was special. So when Bartimaeus heard the commotion and heard who was the cause of it, he knew that this could be his chance to get his sight back. Let's pause there a minute and let me ask you the question. Have you ever had an encounter with the Lord Jesus? Like Bartimaeus, you've maybe heard lots about him. Maybe you've had friends or family that have spoken about him. Maybe you too have heard of the transformation he's made possible in people's lives, both in the Bible and today. Bartimaeus, realising this is his chance, then does everything he can to attract the attention of the Lord Jesus. He obviously creates quite a noise as the people round about rebuke him and tell him to be quiet. However, spurred on in the knowledge he was making an impact, he cries out all the more. The remarkable thing about the Lord Jesus, and we see this time and time again in the dealings with the people of the time, is that he has time for everyone who needs him. The crowd were fed up with Bartimaeus. Society had given up on him. Really, it was likely that Bartimaeus had no one else in the world who would care for him. We get an indication of just how terrible his life was when he asked the Lord Jesus to have mercy on him. But Jesus stops, and not only does he notice him, he calls him forward. Bartimaeus leaps up and approaches the Lord Jesus, and he's met with a strange question. "What do you want me to do for you?" I imagine Bartimaeus had a number of issues that he could have used some help with. He probably had a long list, so Jesus drills down to find exactly what it is he's after. For Bartimaeus, there's really only one thing: his sight. Very simply and very gently, Jesus tells him to go his way and that his faith had made him well, and immediately he gets his sight back again. It's interesting that Jesus said his faith had made him whole. You see, it's likely that both Bartimaeus' spiritual and physical eyes were opened at the same time. Not only had his sight been given, but his sins had been forgiven. The last thing that strikes me about the story is that this would be Bartimaeus' last chance. Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem and he wouldn't pass through Jericho again. There will come a time when your chance to meet Jesus will run out. We don't know what a day will bring. It could be that eternity is closer than you think. It may also be that Jesus will return for his people, and at that time Christians from all over the world will rise and will go to be with him. For those that remain, that window of opportunity will have closed. So, just like Bartimaeus, you need to grab this opportunity with both hands. Don't let it go and don't let it pass you by. For today might just be your last chance.